So suddenly, now here's where a set of students are putting their life and soul preparing for the next IIT exam because they want to be the best engineer from the best college, from the best branch which happens to be IIT for them, not even knowing which company they want to choose. So what about the preparation process at all? And should we actually build that awareness and bring that awareness into the classroom, into the decision making years, so that they at least are making decisions in an informed way?
Thanks for thanks EMC. And I am the odd man out, so I have to ensure that I can make up for all the poor guys. Okay, so I don't know how much to say that. Well, broadly I agree with what the industry folks are saying and doing, but I think we also need to be a little cautious. It's important we don't lose the balance. And we academics are known for what we call the slow. They are really slow guys. But the good thing is, one attribute which we have today the industry recognizes, they are also steady guys. Okay, we are slow and steady. And it is important, there is one part of the society which continues to remain slow and steady. Okay? And quite often we talk about the cake and the icing. It is important to have the icing, but without the cake, the icing will have no value. So it is important we guys continue to do what we do best. Okay, so things like fundamentals, we need to continue to excel. And while the industry folks are extremely good at kind of giving us some of the cutting edge kind of knowledge, skills, etc., but our role will continue to be what we are. There is no way the industry folks can substitute for what we are best. So one example, that we are best suited to teach databases. And while my friend said that, look, there are 30-year-old textbooks, yes. If a 30-year-old textbook is obsolete, throw it out. But there are lots of 30-year-old textbooks which are far more relevant than anything that's printed yesterday. Okay? So what happens is that we should not kind of lose our sight. And of course, take some of the classic papers written in 76 or 75, which were actually during award winning, are still relevant. We should continue to do. Get the Oracle guy to talk about Oracle, but don't make the Oracle guy to talk about databases. That is something which you and I should do. Okay. So in that sense, we both have a place. And remember that one of the companies that was talked about was RSA. I'm sure most of you know they represent the last names, surnames of 3 people who were at MIT. And okay, so a lot of times we the professors also do a lot of good things. Don't forget that. Okay, don't be apologetic about what we do. We should continue to do. Okay, and products and technologies are fine, but the underlying basis will continue to remain. Remember, while I am completely agree with Karthik and others that we need to make it relevant training, but let us not reduce ourselves to training shops. Because Karthik would want something for the next 5 years. After 5 years, Karthik may not be out, Karthik may be out, Karthik's company may be out, the area may be out, but we guys will be around. At least you are seeing a fossil like me, who got me PhD before the microprocessors were around. But I have not become irrelevant because I got education. Okay, don't mix up training with education. I think a good education for it to be great training is what you need. So have a cake and the icing. Last, my wife always tells me, get all your friends, I'll give them excellent food, etc. Get them to the drawing hall, I will do everything else. But don't let any of your friends mess up my kitchen. That is the message. Okay? So we have all the respect for the industry folks. We want them, but I think they should actually help us. We continue to want them, but we should not make us into their training outfits. That will be a disaster for the society. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Pankaj. Good afternoon, and it's indeed an honor first to be seated next to a stalwart like Professor, and then to hear out the different opinions. So I don't know how much sense I would make with respect to what has been talked, but I just wanted to paint a very different perspective, saying that yes, we in the industry always look at how very employable skills are very important, and how quickly can people get ready for employment and jobs which are in demand as of now persistent to current technology. But I came across some very interesting facts through very learned people who are doing research in these areas, and I just put together some of them. and since the topic was very relevant, saying what's the kind of academia and industry connect. So I came across some facts. I'll just put the facts and then I'll put my point of view. Someone through a research says that knowledge doubles every 2 years in the world as of now. And you might have heard many connotations of saying how much storage size is growing and how much people are generating as knowledge. Even when we talk, we type, we send emails, we blog, we post things on the internet, there's knowledge getting created everywhere. And the other interesting complete reverse connotation, like the icing and cake example for that was that, but it takes 10 years to become an expert in anything. So while knowledge keeps doubling every 2 years, it takes you 10 years to become an expert. And most of the industry wants experts, not novices, because we do mission critical work and we want people to be hands-on so that systems don't fail and productivity increases and therefore business grows. And therefore, one of the interesting facts as part of that was what could be the Gen Y. We say we are Gen X. So what should be the learning applicability for Gen Y, which is the next generation, which is students like yourself, which are the prominent people in the crowd. So if we were to classify and say that today there is an academic system, very strong, very solid basics, and then there is training on top of that, which is more vocational, making people more job ready. So if we compare, then we say what should be the next approach. So if we say today's training is push, which means you are fed inputs, and it is rigid because it is a particular methodology, it has a discipline. And if it is programmatic because you have to follow a particular cycle, first year, second year, third year, fourth year or semesters. And it is mandated because admission processes are there and there is a way of teaching. And it is formal because there is an institute, there is a way to learn, there is hostels, there is library, there is all the facilities. But saying, can it be supplemented because of all the industry knowledge which is getting created?